Who is that person?
I'm not sure. I can't really tell from here.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's Mr. McMichael Sr.
All right. And the man he was talking to over here in the blue shirt, did you know who that was?
No, ma'am.
United States Exhibit 220. Your body cam was uploaded and made part of this case file?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
All right. And in the report that you wrote in conjunction with this activity, did you include in there what Mr. Travis McMichael had said to you?
I did.
Right. And after this, what we saw in this video, did you receive authorization from Sergeant Leska to then leave the scene?
Yes, I did.
Right. If I may have a moment? I will pass the witness, Your Honor.
Legal trash.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good early evening, Officer Duggan.
Good evening, sir.
We've had a chance to talk just a little bit before you testified, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. We hadn't really talked before then.
Not at all.
Not at all, yeah. So you know me as Jason Sheffield. I represent Travis McMichael.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as I understand it, when you arrived on the scene, you're going to follow a protocol that essentially tells you what you need to do first, second, and third. Is that fair?
Yes, it is.
All right, so first on the list is officer safety. You'd agree?
Yes, sir.
All right, the safety of yourself and others that could be in harm's way.
That is correct.
All right, then once you establish that you're safe, that others are safe, and there's no present danger or threat, then it becomes about scene integrity.
That is correct.
So as we see you step into the scene on the video, these are the things that are running through your mind.
That is correct.
Is it fair to say that when you see Officer Minshew, who was the first officer to arrive on scene, that you're looking at him to see at what phase he might be in about assessing safety and whether or not it's safe to enter the scene?
That is correct.
Okay, did you trust that Officer Minshew had made enough of a determination to feel safe to be out on the scene and start to assess things yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The second thing that you then sort of undertook when you got into the scene was to do an assessment of Mr. Arbery. Is that fair?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And now you have had a lot of medical training, 184 hours, I believe is what you testified to.
Yes.
Okay, which includes assessing the health and wellness of people who have been shot by guns.
That is correct.
Okay. In your time doing that, have you come to understand about wounds and gunshot wounds and blood loss?
Yes, I have.
All right. Is it fair to say that you have made observations in the past about the amount of blood loss a person can endure before it becomes fatal?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you had arrived at the point where you were going to be assessing Mr. Arbery, and before you turned him over to really check and look at wounds, there was a lot of blood that you noticed on the ground.
That is correct.
Okay. And was it your opinion at that moment, before you even flipped him over, that the volume of blood loss could have been such a complete volume that he would have been deceased at that moment?
It could have.
Okay. And when you turned him over, one of the things that I think you noticed, and I'll just say this, you wrote a report in this case, right?
That is correct.
You and I discussed the report that you wrote.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in that report, really, you wrote a lot of your observations about that day.
That is correct.
Okay. And those observations include observations about Mr. Arbery when you came up to first encounter him.
That is correct.
Okay. And one of the things that you noted was that he had fixed eyes.
That is correct.
Okay. And fixed eyes is a sign of brain death. You familiar with that?
Not particularly, no.
Okay. You noted fixed eyes as something that indicated that his eyes were not reacting to light,
Correct.
right? His pupils were not opening or narrowing, right?
Correct.
Okay. And that's what you mean by fixed.
Correct.
And that his gaze was also not moving. His eyeballs were not looking around or doing anything like that.
Correct.
Okay. And I believe that you made the conclusion that there was nothing that you could do to do any form of resuscitation.
That is correct.
Okay.